Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Dip with Chelsea. For today's video, it is a subscriber request for this cuticle accent nail design. We're going to be doing this with just dip powder, and believe it or not, it is really easy to do. All of the products that I'll be using are inside of this dip powder kit, so thank you so much Model Ones for sending me this beautiful kit and sponsoring today's video and continuing to support my YouTube channel. I just truly appreciate it. Y'all, the way these colors pair so perfectly made my job so easy, especially for this design because they all just worked. I grabbed a few colors and they paired perfectly. Also includes all of your dip powder liquids. You're going to get a buffing block, a metal cuticle pusher, a 100/180 grit nail file, and a dusting brush. My absolute favorite thing that they've been including in these kits now are cuticle oil. I love that they add this in there. What a nice touch to just set them apart from other kits. It also includes 2 replacement brushes and a orange wood stick. Here are the 2 shades I'll be starting with, so we need to use a toothpick to stir them up, get them nice and fluffy. I've got my base liquid here. We're going to remove the excess product on our brush to get started. We're going to do a full layer across our entire nail, and then we're going to tap our jar on the desk to level the powder out. Then holding our jar at an angle and our nail at an angle, we're going to slowly guide our finger in. Do you see how it's already creating this crescent moon effect? So once we get up at our cuticle area, you're going to see me sort of roll my finger a little bit side to side to make sure I'm getting an even little moon effect up here. Once I'm happy with it, I'm going to slowly pull my finger out and gently tap it off with my finger still pointed down. There it is, you guys. Now, before that base liquid dries, we need to pour the other powder over top. All of this right now is in real time, no edit, so you can see exactly how slow I'm moving. So I see right here, I've got a little bit of a bare spot again, so I'm just gonna pour that powder over top one more time to make sure it's fully covered. All right, here it is. That is how simple and easy this design is going to be. It dries pretty quick, so we're going to dust off that excess and go in for our second layer. The second layer again is going to be a full coat coverage across the entire nail. Level out that jar, so tap it on your desk and then slowly guide your nail in. So I did speed this process up the second time just since we've already got a groove for it now. Once I get up here at my cuticle area and I see it line up with the first layer, then I pull my nail out. So we want to line it up with that first layer. Then we're going to pour the second one over top. The reason I'm not dipping in is because I don't want to ruin that first shade, especially if you were to do a darker color. I would highly suggest doing that cuticle area as a lighter color so that you don't accidentally stain or ruin the first shade. I'm just letting it absorb and then tap it off. Once it's fully dry, we're going to dust it off. It really is that simple and straightforward. No tape, no freehand painting, anything, nothing. You can totally do this design. So we're going to grab our second shade. This is a beautiful sort of turquoise blue. It's stunning. So I'm going to do another full layer, guide my nail in, and once I see it get in that crescent moon effect up at my cuticle area, then I stop, pull it out, and gently tap it off. All of this is going to depend on, how much you want to have at your cuticle area. So if you want more, then make sure you don't go as far back. Then we're going to pour this powder over top. I would definitely suggest to use a medium dry time or even a slower dry time liquid for this design. Following up for that second layer, we're going to do another full coat across our entire nail and then line it up again with this one. You'll notice I do roll my finger ever so slightly, a little bit side to side when I want to make sure I'm getting all the way over to those side walls, then gently tapping it off and pouring our other shade over. So the inspo pick had different colors of cuticle area design with the solid shade at the bottom half, but there was something just about this peachy pink shade that I loved. They all just pair so perfectly, so I wanted it on every nail instead. Now we're going to dust off and move on to our next shade. So this lavender shade here, we're going to tap it on our desk and then following the same steps. Do a full layer and slowly guide our nail in. Once we're happy with it, then we're gonna stop, let it absorb for a second, and gently tap it off. I love when y'all send me design pics and ask, how can I do this with dip powder? So keep them coming. I thought this design was so stunning, and I don't believe that I've seen it before. So thank you so much again for submitting this to me. I think it went perfectly with this dip powder kit as well. And speaking of designs, I actually did all 4 of these with this dip powder kit. I was trying to decide which one I wanted to do for the video. This last one here was inspired by Tom Baychek's look that he did on JLo for the Met Gala. I love this design, and it just so happens he's actually one of Model 1's brand ambassadors right now, so I thought that was really cool. What a small little world, huh? Anyways, now the important part. We have to make sure that we protect our manicure, so I did these other ones off camera with clear dip powder. So do a full layer of your base liquid on top of the design, and then pour the clear or dip into the clear to protect it. Now it's time to activate, so apply a very generous layer of activator to each of the nails, and we're going to wait about 2 minutes before we file and buff. With the 180 grit side of the nail file, I'm just going to go around my free edge shape first, just getting my shape back, and then I'm going to go across the entire top surface just to make sure it's nice and smooth and even, so there's no ridges, because we did dip in and then pour over. That can cause ridging, so just make sure you smooth it all out first and then go in with the buffing block. I finished the rest up off camera. Here's how we're looking, and now we're going to dust it all off. Then with our activator, we're going to apply another very generous layer of this to each of the nails and wait 2 minutes before we top coat. I had to take a moment to appreciate the matte look. I love this look. And now I'm going to use a dry napkin to just rub it across the entire top surface, and we're going to go in for our top coat. So 3 quick strokes is all we need for that first layer. It dries really quick, so once it's dry, I go in for the second coat. The second coat is more precise and more detailed. I go make sure I get to those sidewalls and really capping off my free edge. You'll see the shine is incredible. Although it says gel top coat, it is not a gel product, so you don't need a lamp. It's going to air dry really quickly. Once it's fully dry, so after a couple minutes, I go in for my cuticle oil. If you're thinking about grabbing any Model 1's products right now, they're actually doing a sale from May 5th to May 15th. So just a heads up so you can save some money. I'm going to have everything linked down in the description box. Thank you so much again, Model 1's, for sponsoring this video. And thank you to the lovely subscriber who sent me over this beautiful design. Keep them coming. I love the challenge. And thank y'all for watching and supporting. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all next week.